Freedom fighters, I'm back with another one. Today's topic is going to be how bad does it have to get? Well, I just watched Risky Krisky's schizo rant from the other night. And if you don't know about his channel, I highly recommend you check that out. And the video he did last night is titled War is on the Horizon. Well, we know what's going on in this country. We know what's happening. But it was a good video, and I figured I'd do kind of like a response to it. And there's also a lot of points in that video on the last video I just did covering the arrest of Donald Trump. And the overlying topic is how bad does it have to get? And I think I titled that video, is Trump getting arrested good, or do we want Trump to get arrested? And I got a little blowback there, and people were like, what are you talking about? And why would you want an innocent man to get arrested? And the weaponized political system. And it wasn't necessarily that I agree that he should be arrested. I'm saying maybe that'll be the catalyst. Maybe that's what'll kick this off. Because right now, this country is bleeding dry from the death by 1,000 cuts. The slow collapse that we're all constantly living in. And so he was talking about that. And I figured, I'd cut on some of the points. But yeah, I already can't believe that this country has allowed everything it's allowed to happen already. Look in the last handful of years, couple of years, 2019 or 2020, since that medical event kicked off. And Big Pharma was forcing medical procedures on you and shutting down your businesses and locking you up in your homes. We never thought we'd see that in America. We didn't think an American populace would allow that, but they did. And then we had a military coup, and they installed their puppet dictator. And the American populace let that through. And one thing I learned the most from that medical event was that a lot of people in this country don't see freedom how I do. They don't respect freedom. They don't want freedom. I'm ashamed of my neighbors, of my countrymen, that they allowed that. And they want to be locked down. They want to be told to take whatever they need to take and what's safe. That's the problem. They just want to feel safe. And if the overlords tell them to do it, that's what they do it, and they don't question it. And then they try to push it on you and force you to do it as well. And then if you don't, they look at you as some, dirty outsider. And that's where our country is at now. And I did a video before about kangaroo courts and stuff like that. And the term jury of your peers. Well, how can you get a jury of your peers? Most of these people, I'm looking at my countrymen now like, what the hell's wrong with you? Yeah, we're here. My viewers are here. Risky's viewers are here. There's a couple channels out there. We're out here. We exist. But I realized we are 90% of this country, if not less, 95% of this country. Or no, we're the 10% or the 5%. We're on the lower half. 95% of this country are the docile, controllable sheep that go along with everything they're told. And so a couple of points he also made about the coming election, that we don't vote our way out of this. You don't vote your way out of tyranny. And he was questioning if he's voting or not. And I forget exactly what he said, but he had he said there's 4 things he thinks that's going to happen to stop from the vote. And I can't remember all of them, but one of them he said they're obviously going to try to kick off World War III or a large scale event where they can't hold elections, or they'll say it's too dangerous, or that Biden's already president and that we just have to continue that and he's a wartime president, so they'll just move him automatically into a second term, something like that, which I could see happening. But one of the other good points that he made was that the political prosecutions that they're doing and turning you into felons so you can't vote. I mean, look how many people they just made felons overnight with this pistol brace rule. And that's their targeted demographic. Gun owners, freedom-loving people that might have bought something that once upon a time, a little piece of plastic that was legal, and now it'll turn you into a felon. And they don't want those people voting. And look what they're doing to the J6ers. Anyone who actually showed up to stop a coup, they know those people, no, we can't have that. Make sure they don't vote again. Make sure they don't have any avenue to change anything. So they're going to up the political prosecutions. And yeah, I mean, you don't vote your way out of tyranny, and we are in a situation where it's bleak. It doesn't look good. And I mean, I'm not, since we're talking about a Risky Krisky video, let me do a Risky Krisky style disclaimer and say that I'm not inciting, encouraging violent or illegal actions. So don't go do anything and tell the government I told you to do it, because here I am telling you not to. What I am saying, and I'm asking the question to the community and write in the comments below, what do you think it's going to take for this country to restore the republic and get our freedoms back? And how bad is it going to get? And that's another point that he made that was really good, or an analogy that he made, was that Americans are like drug addicts, and you have to hit rock bottom before you get sober. And Americans, are we literally going to wait for it to hit that rock bottom? Are we going to let the total collapse happen and just full on, like, people in the streets, everybody's homeless, you own nothing, but you won't be happy. You're going to be hungry, everything's just absolute shit, and that's when we decide to rise up? And I mean, America has a very bad consumerist problem. And I think that's what it's going to take. That's what I think it's going to take. Right below in the comments what you think it's going to take. But I think when the grid goes down, the Netflix subscriptions run out, the video games stop, no more smartphones, all that stuff, that's when it happens. That's when Americans will finally have had enough. But anything else, I'm pretty sure Americans will let it happen, as we've already seen. Yeah, and there's no political saviors. There's only one savior. So you know how I say, we are on our own. No one's coming to save us. Get right with God, because only He can save you. Freedom fighters out.